Alright, nangu 1.4. Naye u2 marks nje bonke nje imaths kuchasi u2 marks. Kuthiwa a ball of mass m hits a wall at a speed of v and rebounds, which means the time ishaya lolu donga leli bhola elinesindo ka m nani ne velocity ka v. Siyajika phela ngithi in a straight line in the opposite direction with the same speed. Where isn't it? Same speed. Balekile lonto. Same speed. Ubalekile opposite. Ubalekile rebound. Nobody the straight line la. Alright. Opposite direction. The magnitude of the change in momentum is obuba. Alright, so what we know, vele, the definition of momentum. Momentum is the product of an object's mass and its velocity. Yeah, so initially and finally we can get the change in momentum. The change in momentum is equal to the momentum final minus the momentum initial. Yeah, but you can't change it. It is the mass times the final velocity minus the mass times the initial velocity. So we can take out the common factor and we can have the mass, open brackets, final velocity minus initial velocity. Yeah, but remember, with the same speed, go in opposite direction. Okay, asimbuke kanje na iformula sisebenzisa ke manje ile. Sizohamba nale le, it was just proving and leading up to le. Yeah, so nansi esizosebenzisa, which is mass times the change in velocity of this object. Izoyibhala on one side. So the change in momentum is equal to mass times the change in velocity. Alright, boy. Asithi nje nalu udonga la, and then naye i-ground. Yabo? Sithi naye nje lolu donga lama blocks. Nalu donga ke, and then naye le ball le. Asithi naye iball nje la. Iya kanje yabo, with velocity v. Uzofika enze njani ke? Ashaye la straight ngobani? Ngale velocity ya v. And then mase eyabuya futhi phela straight line ngobani ngo negative v. Okusho ukuthi initially usuke eno v. Finally unobani uno negative v. Yabo? Okusho ukuthi finally uzobe enoba no negative v. Initially uzobe enobani NOV. So okusho ukuthi m is equal to minus 2v. Okusho ukuthi ubani? Mass times minus 2v, it is just minus 2mv. But its direction is not important in this case. Why? But they want the magnitude, size pay. So it is just 2mv. Yeah, isn't that? Uphiko 2mv ngala. Yabo? Isikhona answer. Uyibhala kanjani ke answer yakho? Uyibhala kanjani answer yakho? Ubhala i-alphabet ehambiselana nani answer yakho. Nansi answer sitholile u2mv. So sina sizobhala uB 1,4. Okusho ukuthi ku1,4 i-question number sikhethe bani uB. Hayi ukuthi uzobhala ukuthi 1,4 masubhala ukuthi wena okay sizobhala kanje uzozithola angeke izikusize lonto. Why? Bakunikezile instruction yokuthi sifunani i-question number ne-alphabet kuphela. U2 marks wakho uzothola unjalo. Asini ku 1.5. Alright, now go question 1,5 for 2 marks. Again, we are still doing a multiple choice. I guess funde. A ball is thrown vertically upwards. Which one of the following physical quantities has a non-zero value at the instant the ball changes direction? Well, so I sit in Jalan like ground. asithi nje nango lo mfana lo uyena lo ojijela leli ibhola straight vertically upwards uyajijela linyuke phezulu kanize liyofika la but melifika at a certain distance liphelele umdlandla phela ukuthi lamandla lawa ayinyusile lebhola azophela angithi and then what happens seliyaqala ibhola seliyabuya seliyehla kanje yabo so babuza ukuthi ngalesikhathi la ibhola lizojika khona the time it changes its direction iyona yipi physical quantity between lama physical quantities uma u3 ezoba non-zero engeke ibe u0 not zero a positive or negative number but not zero iyona yipi ke but ke in order to get leyo answer we need to be able to define konke lo kumele sikwazi ukuchaza lama physical quantities uma u4 ukuthi ayini ukuze sokwazi ukuthi iyona yipi ezingeke ibe u0 la alright acceleration is the rate of change of velocity okusho ukuthi acceleration is the change in velocity over the change in time yini leyo acceleration kinetic energy it is the energy an object has due to its motion okusho ukuthi i-energy object enayo ngenxa yokunyakaza kwayo ngenxa ye speed or i-velocity enyakaza ngayo lo object with a certain mass in a formula 1/2 mv squared. Momentum is the product of an object's mass and velocity. Okusho ukuthi i-mass times i-velocity. But i-velocity is just v. I-velocity is the rate of change of its displacement. Okusho ukuthi the rate of change of its displacement sibhala kanje yini leyo i-velocity yethu. So sesiyazazi zonke ke lezi zinto ukuthi ziyini yabo sesiyichaze la phezulu okusho njengoba it is thrown which means it was given an initial velocity ayidedelwanga lento ayisukanga ku0 yanyuka cha iqale vele with i-velocity ephezulu ngobani uyijijelile lo muntu the time eyijijela uyayinikeza initial velocity and as it's going up i-velocity ya decrease until it reaches 0 so la i-velocity at the maximum height the velocity will be 0 the maximum height equals 0 velocity belo kwazi lo okusho ukuthi nje i-velocity le ayisekho and then i-velocity is 0 la at the maximum height. Momentum is the product of an object's mass and its velocity. So if the velocity is 0, therefore the momentum is over 0. Sifuna thina engeke ibe u0. And then we're going into kinetic energy. The energy an object has due to its position, due to its motion njalo. Okusho ukunyakaza kwayo kuyinikeza kinetic energy. Kodwa i-position yayo above a certain object or above reference isinikeza in potential energy but ayikho ke potential energy we are just talking about kinetic energy the velocity is 0 at the maximum height so therefore the kinetic energy would also be 0 so sifuna engayena 0 so we are left with acceleration is the rate of change of velocity iqale with a certain velocity positive and then now it's 0 and that change will give you into vele enjani a positive okusho ukuthi positive or negative it doesn't matter kodwa into esiyaziyo iyodwa acceleration is always acting downwards noma kuthi object ikephe emoyeni yagqoma yandizi yenzani it is always facing downwards with ubani u9.8 meters per second squared yayizonto le it will never be 0 yayizonto le okusho ukuthi A onjani ofisa description ya non-zero A when the object changes its direction it will have a certain acceleration so answer it sibhala kanjani 1.5 and then mesifaka bani sichoose ba A and then usibhalile ianswer yakho uthole unjalo ubani u2 marks wakho so izinto ezikanje kubalekile ukuthi ozazi we understand it this is umsebenzi wa grade 10 umsebenzi wa grade 10 momentum uphela umsebenzi wa grade 11 so if your foundation yakho is solid ngale ndlela is strong. Whatever weights they put on your shoulder or mental capacity yakho noma bangayistraina kanjani in terms of physics noma imibuzo bangayenzani wena ama basics akho wazi njengoba uzazi uyahlukanisa yonke into uthi okay njengoba nje futhi njengoba constant velocity alright, zero acceleration alright, zero net force alright, yabo uyayihlukanisa yonke into iyaqhamela kahle. Why? Usufundile and you have been shown ukuthi kuphendulwa kanjani. Kusekushoda ukuthi kwenze wena ke manje. Asingo umbuzo olandela. Alright, now question 1.6. As I told you, ukuthi a common test le which has both physics and chemistry. So we've been doing physics yonke from 1.1 to 1.5. So manje sekungenela kuyini chemistry na umbuzo uqala usivelela under any chemistry. Because ileli iphepha leli elihlanganise konke. Hayi ngoba naku mhlambe uyiphepha le physics noma uyiphepha le chemistry ilabo bobabili. Alright, so the molecular formula of an organic compound is C4H10O. Which one of the following is the functional group of the organic compound? So, let's underline it, kumele sichaze. Organic compound yini? Le functional group yini? Le molecular formula bayifunayo yini? And then nango umuntu omkhulu simdinga C4H10O. Alright. So molecular formula, a formula of compounds whereby the number of atoms of each individual element is expressed as a number. Yabo okusho ukuthi asithi mhlambe asenze nje asisambe nayo I compound mhlambe ino H number 7 O mhlawumbe abo80 oCl mhlawumbe abo21 ngenze example nje la yabo sogcina sephuma molecular formula ngeke baze bayenzeni bayidwebe as ama structures uyayizwa into leyo. Why? Molecular formula once baqala bayidweba ngama structures, ama structures they show you the bonds, ama structures they don't show you the number of each individual element. Yabo njengala carbon bawu4 ukuthi ba arrange kanjani bam kanjani we don't care bawu4 nje siyaziyo. Uyayizwa ndele. And then sexually which one of the following is the functional group of organic compounds? C4H10O. As you can see O. Yabo as izinto ezino O ke asakhuluma ama homologous series 8 we have alkanes. And this is not an alkane. Why? Alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons, which means they only consist of single bonds and they're only having atoms of hydrogen and carbon. We have alkenes, which are unsaturated hydrocarbons. Wona anjani, they have double bonds, but they still consist of carbon and hydrogen. So njengoba khona O asimthatha. We have alkynes. Alkynes are unsaturated hydrocarbons. Wona anani? And a triple bond and only hydrogen and carbon atoms. We have haloalkanes, which consists of an alkane and a halogen. So therefore, it is not a haloalkane. We have in ketone ne aldehyde. Ketone ne aldehyde oyedwa une double bond at the end, une double bond in between carbon atom. And aldehyde has a carbonyl group, you see double bond to O at the end, and then ketones have you see double bond between carbon atoms. And then we also have alcohols which has an OH or an hydroxyl group at the end. And then we also have carboxylic acids which have COO, and then we also have esters but no O2 carboxylic acids, which means job carboxylic acids nama esters and O2 no O it is not. So it can only be alcohol, but let's try and draw the structural formula because now the molecular formula in the structural formula is njani. So it has 4 carbon atoms. So let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4. And alcohol has only single bonds. And then what we can do is sifake OH. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 10, as you can see, it's kunani uno O or somewhere. Yeah, isn't it? Let's just put it here. Low O, low. It's slow band manje. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uno O. O hamselana 9. No H. Yeah, what the thing is sure. No more sense in manje super ngala ukuze abangawuboni kahle bathola ithuba lokubona. Asudebe ngala. So we will have O no H. So now let us count all hydrogen base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Number hydrogen about 10. All carbon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Naba about 4. Oh, 1 word. Yeah, so alcohol then. Yeah, alcohol. What kind of alcohol? 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore it is butanol. Alcohol is. You know alcohol. The alcohol in a functional group. In a hydroxyl group. Why? In OH as its functional group. OH and we ask OH. OH okanje ubizwa ngani nge-hydroxyl group. Yabo? So it can't be carbonyl group, it can't be carboxyl, it can't be formal. Because la, especially carboxyl and carbonyl in a double bonds, and this doesn't have. Yabo? So already it is wrong. So the answer is UB. But sibhala kanjani the answer is sibhala ukuthi 1,6. And then Mrs. Sibhala nobani? No B. B. Remember, we didn't define molecular formula siyichaza sasiformule kanjani whereby bazobala bonke oC bathothi ngoba u4 babale bonke oH bathothi bonke ba10 babale bonke O bathothi what they count the number of each individual element. Yabo? Alright, so and then organic compounds are all the compounds consisting of carbon and other elements. As long as kukhona carbon phakathi, it will become an organic compound. There are compounds consisting of atoms of carbon. A functional group is a group of atoms or a certain atom that makes characteristics of organic compounds. They make physical and chemical properties. They determine which homologous series mupumdeni to each individual organic compound belong to. Yeah, so yona in a functional group yakhona. In this case, the functional group alcohol OH, igama lakhona hydroxyl, which is why sithe 1,6B ubani hydroxyl sayikhetha ke answer yethu. Asiyeni sobheka 1,7. Okay, so sekuthiwani manje a functional isomer of ethyl propanoids is, and then basinikezani ama molecular formulas. But again now lama molecular formula they are expressed ngenye indlela. Alright, so umbuzo 1.7 for 2 marks kuthiwa a functional isomer of ethyl propanoids is, then basinikeza wonke lama formula. Alright, so let's just check first. Ethyl propanoids belongs to which homologous series? Now what's a functional isomer? Yini kahle kahle. Alright, so ethyl propanoids, remember ngakutshela mina mawuthi wayibuka i-lesson on organic chemistry. You know ukuthi kunegama elithize for the number of carbon atoms consisting on each carbon atoms. Okusho ukuthi organic compound with 1 carbon atom meth, with 2 eth, 3 prop, 4 but, 5 pent, 6 hex, 7 hept, 8 oct. Yabo? So njengoba ethyl, yabo, uyazi ke ethyl propanoids yini le i-ester lena. I-ester le, it is made from an alcohol and a carboxylic acid. And a functional isomer of ester is a carboxylic acid. We are looking for a carboxylic acid. Le COOH carboxylic acid. So it could either be this one or this one. We don't know. But we can look. So le ester le, it had 2 carbon atoms. Propanoate 3 carbon atoms. So we're looking for a carboxylic acid. Periods of a functional isomer. A functional isomer. In a functional isomer, organic molecules or organic compounds which have the same molecular formula. So if you count the number of each individual atom, azofan. But when you draw the structures, you realize no, abafan. So they become functional isomers. They have different functional groups and they belong to different homologous series. Alright, so ester. So sifuna a carboxylic acid with 2 plus 3 with 5 carbon atoms. So C4H low 1, so 5 carbon atoms nala. 5 so 6, so low already it's off. So 4 no 1 no 5. Alright, 1 C3, so 2 3 4 5 nale irise. So sesikhiphile nje uP ngokubona ukuthi ama carbon atoms esiwadingayo akanjani. So as you can see na ke lana, let's just start ngale. Sifuna la i-carboxylic acid. I-carboxylic acid ino-oxygen ababili. So already this one is out. Ngobani? Ino-oxygen ababili. And then le ino-oxygen owodwa. So this one again is out. So without even drawing isibuki answer siyiphumela. Singakayidwebi. Akasidwebe kodwa le carboxylic acid. So it is C5H11. Okusho ukuthi carbon abangaki? I-answer sesiyazi ukuthi for 1.7, so choose abani? C. But we like drawing ama structures zethu la. So 1 2 3 4 and then mase senza njani? So sifuna i-carboxylic acid. Okusho ukuthi ethyl propanoate. Isn't it? So 5 low carbon atoms angithi. Siyazi i-carboxylic acid ukuthi at the end it has a double bond. Nobani? No OH. So what are we looking for? Double bond O and OH now. And then the will just be amani OH beats H. So again we're looking for carbon about 5 angithi. So 1 2 3 4 5 for H 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and then 9 kube inalo oxygen ke wethu S9. Remember carbon unjani, it has 4 valence electrons, so therefore it can bond or have ama bonds amangaki 4. So wena ke for answer kwakho nje lo mbuzo lo, regardless of drawing, we are ukuthi you're looking for ethyl propanoate. Ethyl comes from the alcohol and it's 2 carbon atoms. Propanoate comes from the ester and 3 carbons. So 2 carbon plus 3 carbon is 5. So ena 5 carbon atoms. So wenza njani lapho? So yawakhipha wonke lawa njani? Lawa anganawo amalokhunjana awu5. Uyayibona into le. So we're looking for C on 9 on a 5 angithi. And then sibe nobani? No H ozoba nobani? No 10 and then nobani? No O in this case. Yabo, because over C5 CnH2n plus 1 O. Yabo, and there yama alcohols. Yabo. So okusho ukuthi if N is 5, uzoba C5 angithi, and then H kuzoba 2 times 5 which is 10 and then H 11 yabo. So buka lana omunye ngathi remember i-ester i-functional group ye-ester ithi C double bond O no OH ikanje i-functional group yani ye-carboxylic acid yabo, which is a functional isomer yale ester. So we're looking for a compound with 2 OO yabo, OO mele babe about 2 uyedwa, so they are out. Babili yabo. But what else are we looking for? We are looking for ukuthi ibe nani COOH onjani ohamselana with in the number of hydrogens, and then sikhetha bani lapho compound C as our answer, which is why it's 1,7 or C aseni 1,8. Question 1.8. Which one of the following is the empirical formula of 2-methylpentane? 2-methylpentane. Asimdwebele. Sazi ukuthi kuthiwani upentane gcina ngo-N, therefore this is an alkane. Pent, therefore it has 5 carbon atoms. But on the second carbon kune-methyl branch. A branch with how many carbon atoms? 1, because meth. So asidwebe. It's not necessarily possible ukuthi uyidwebe. Look, understand. It's not part of the answer. So what we know is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But on the second carbon kune-methyl branch. So faka kanje. And then asifake nike ama branches ethu. I mean ama bonds ethu. And then what's left is ukuthi sifake OH. Why did I skip them? Okay. And then we got one more. Yeah, boo. Alright, so the molecular formula tells us the number of every individual element with mangagama atoms of your element. In this case, we have carbon and hydrogen. We have a hydrocarbon. So, sifuna OC. Bangagi OC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, njengoba ngisho ukuthi sesobala manje ini o hydrogen. Sesibabalile o carbon ukuthi bawu 6. Sesibalani manje o hydrogen. Asiqaleni kulo ola okusho ukuthi ogcina kulo, so hamba nje kanje sesogcina kulo. Siqala la 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yabo? Futhi bawu 14 obani o hydrogen. So 14. But if formula idingani, which one of the following is the empirical formula and not molecular? Molecular formula shows you nje bangako carbon kule stretch, bangako hydrogen kule stretch. It tells you the exact amount. Ukuthi ingakanani exact o carbon bangaki ngo. Kanti empirical yenza njani? It gives you the simplest ratio of atoms in a compound. Uyayizwa into le. Okusho ukuthi ratio, in this case ratio it is 6:14. Uyayizwa into le. Ratio yethu iphi ke number engena 6 no 14 kungasali remainder. Yiphi lo common factor between 6 and 14? We know obviously it is 2. Yabo? Ayikho enye. It is 2. How many times does 2 get into 6? Ungena kangaki u2 ku6? 2, 4, 6. Ungena kawo 3. Ungena kangaki u2 ku14? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Ungena kawo 7. Okusho ukuthi 3 no 7. So, i-ratio yani le. I-ratio yani ye-molecular formula. Le i-ratio yani isisimplifyiwe nje le. Angithi? So i-ratio yani ye-empirical formula. Okusho ukuthi i-empirical formula ino C 3 no-H7 yabo iyona iphi ke njalo if nansi yabo nansi u-A so therefore our answer 1.8 ubani u-A yabo simkhetha kanje remember the difference between i-molecular ne-empirical formula mawubala ukuthi mangaki ama-atoms kwi-compound yini leyo i-molecular formula mawubala ukuthi mangaki esewonke for each individual atom okusho ama-elements bewu-3 bangaki mhlawumbe o-A mhlawumbe A4 mawukuthi bawu-4 bangaki o-B mhlawumbe B8 mhlawumbe bawu-8 bangaki o-C mhlawumbe C12 yabo the-empirical formula it is the simplest ratio of atoms in a chemical compound or in an organic compound okusho ukuthi between lo 4 8 12 yiphi inamba engena kubona bobathathu u4 ungena ngakhi ku4 kanye ungena ngakhi ku8 kawu2 ungena ngakhi ku12 kawu3 so instead of u4 instead of u-A4 B8 H12 sesoba nobani no A B2 C3 yabo iyancipha inamba nala instead of C6 H14 we going with C3 H7 this is the molecular and this is the empirical formula na grade 10 wayifunda wabala wakwazi nokuyicalculate na grade 12 isazobuya iphuma yabo ngale la table lelayana lokwenzani lokuyenza i-empirical formula but in this case akushiwo ukuthi asenze empirical formula kuthiweni asikhethe ukuthi iyona yipi enjani ezoba ne-empirical formula efanayo neya2 methyl pentane so sitholile ukuthi bani u-C3H7 u-A saphendula 1.8 sakhetha u-A asenze umbuzo olandelayo. Alright, so 1.9 mbuzo nje olula nje nawo o2 marks. Which one of the following represents a product of the thermal cracking of butane? Butane, it is an alkane, number 1. An alkane which has four carbon atoms and 10 hydrogen atoms. It is a saturated hydrocarbon, meaning injani, it is only single bonds. It cannot be broken down. Bonds as a breaker for more reactions to occur, for more bonds to occur. And then, a product of thermal cracking. Thermal cracking is a process whereby it's more like a refining process, the extraction process whereby alkanes are heated up. A product it is. So in this case, what are they heating? Butane, which means they increase its temperature to try and break some of the bonds. So, buka butane kanjani? Remember the formula it is CN H2N plus 2. A formula in alkanes. So if butane with 4 carbon atoms, so C4 H2 times 4 plus 2 angithi kuzosinikeza u-C4 H10 yabo C4 H10 yile i-formula yani yalo butane lo which will undergo in thermal process yabo i-thermal cracking kahle kahle. So which one of the following between C2H2 C2H4 C4H6 C4H10 so when they actually burn the opposite man. They are trying to change this saturated hydrocarbon into an unsaturated, from being an alkane to being an alkene. There isn't a alkene. Formula alkenes, alkenes. If kukoni alkene, you know we formula kona it is CnH2n. The formula and alkenes. Where isn't a iona ipigege exoba iona la. What we know, we have C. Asibukeni la ukuthi njengoba manje book C4 lo, yaba? C4 lo H6. So C4 H6 already out. Ayikho formula ethi CN HN plus 2. Ayikho formulation. Yaba? And this is in alkane le. Why? Inale formula yakhe ngqo. Butane. So which means it is wrong. Why? It is already an alkane. Ayikakahambi in bafuna in la product phela bona ngithi. So now we are left with these two. ayikho ayikaze yaba khona nje ethi CnHn kwamanje kwi-organic chemistry ayikho nje. So ngakho ke salele nayipi Cn 2 times 2 4, so H2n yebo iyona lena which is i-alkene of bar i-alkene yale u-ethene yayizwe into le ethene lona the one that causes plastic uma the more ethene bonds with ethene and that ethene bonds with ethene kuphuma upolyethene which is what is used yokwenza labo plastic esibasebenzisayo usually as insulators, as plastic bags, as covers. Ziningi izinto we-bioplastic la isebenza khona. But again, when they use the thermal cracking butane, we get one of the products as any ethene, low C2H4. Our answer is 1,9. Sikhetha i-alphabet angithakhumbula hayi whatever is written ngala i-alphabet siyamselana nale i-alphabet yakhona uB. So instead of i-question ya 1,9 sizofaka uB. Aseni kumbuzo ogcina kwi-multiple choice. Alright, so for 2 marks again, consider the following structural formula. As you can see now, you can see my bonds on every atom. So in there, a structural formula. So in the ester, how we know it is an ester, we see any functional group. Yani ye carbonyl la bonded to O in between O carbon gale. So in there, ester. So siyazi ukuthi i-ester is formed from i-alcohol plus i-carboxylic acid. Into emele uyazi i-ester it comes from i-alcohol ne-carboxylic acid. Alright, so ngala kukhona ngakhona i-carbonyl group ila kade khona i-ester. Uyayizwa leyo. Ngala kade khona ngakhona u-oxygen ila kade qhamuka khona i-alcohol. Uyayizwa leyo. Okusho ukuthi asibhekeni ke manje ukuthi kukanjani. Na i-functional group angithi ngala from i-carbonyl siyale leyo i-acid yethu. From oxygen siyale i-carbon, i-carboxylic acid. Yabo. So let's just count with alcohol. How many? Ngala kwa O 1 2. 2 carbon atoms angithi kusho ukuthi u-ethanol lo. So we're looking for u-ethanol ohamba nobani ke. Sesifuna manje i-carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid from C double bond O siyale 1 2 3 ino carbon about 3 okusho ukuthi yini le propanoic acid okusho ukuthi ukuze sithole le ester le which is u-ethyl propanoate bekwenzakaleni kuhlangane u-ethanol nobani no propanoic acid bake phike lapho u-ethanol no propanoic acid naba la ku-A. We can't have propanol and propanoic because akuwona u-3-3. Yabo? So this is already out. Asikwazi kuba no ethanol akuwona u-2-2. So this is out. Asikwazi kuba no propanol ngobani ngala kwa O we have 2 instead of 3. Okusho ukuthi nalo u-out. So the only correct one is u-A, ethanol and propanoic acid. Nathi ngala besithole u-ethanol no propanoic acid. So therefore the answer for 1.10 Lo, the last question here MCQ 2 marks again is A. Okusho ukuthi i-multiple choice iyodwa nje in this paper you 20 marks sesenza imibuzo ewu10 ya 2 marks iyodwa and sayichaza into very deep detail. Okusho ukuthi lapho you now know mawubuziwe imibuzo efana nalesi siyenzile ukuthi uzoyiphendula kanjani. Uyayizwa nje leyo. So u20 marks out of lo 100 marks esuphendulile. Sesiyobonana ku question 2.